CineBeards.
We haven't done that one before. That was great.
Rock the house, it's the CineBeards. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here on your radio, CineBeards.
Hello and welcome to the CineBeards.
Hi.
I'm your host, Jason Musicanth. Whoa, this takes us back. That
Yo,
was like,
why
that was
you
like
fucking
flawless.
up.
Why
Look at us,
are you telling
professional.
us?
Yeah.
We know who you are.
But who are you really?
Fuck knows.
That's fair. I'm Thomas, though.
Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
Who's fuck?
That's you, Marcus.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Okay, so movie trailers.
Movie trailers.
Movie trailers. I can't believe the international trailer for Angel Has Fallen was stupider.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow.
With worse ADR.
Yeah, the worst ADR.
Hey, at
Wow.
least it had a couple more seconds of drones.
It had weird.
No, it had fewer drones.
We had fewer drones,
Yeah,
and
we didn't see the big drone cloud.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, but we did get to see that glorious
They're moving fast
grayscale
against the
explosion.
Yeah.
The crab eye from Dunland.
The blurry text.
The blur.
He will.
What is up with that? That was like rendered at like
480p.
Yeah.
It's stretched and then
It was
They're
so
like,
weird
"Ah,
because
it's
the actual
fine."
footage was fine, and
Yeah.
then
well,
with
the stuff
blurry text.
which in theory should be the easiest to have like super, like you can upscale that to 4K without a sweat. It's
Yeah.
just like
gotta skimp somewhere, guys.
4K 480. 480 is more than 4.
Do it
Nailed
480.
Yeah.
Do it 480.
Again, with that glorious grayscale building implosion. I
Yeah.
mean,
Maybe 480p is
like
480
Guardian.
pesos, which is the budget.
Yeah.
It's like Guardians of the Galaxy, where they're talking about whether or not they should take Rocket in, and Yondu's saying no, we shouldn't. The guy's like, look, if we take him in, we only get 250,000. A quarter is 25. 25 is way less than 500 million.
that's just
You
quick
find your
maths.
people.
This really looks like it's gonna be the dumbest.
Oh, I
of
can't.
the three.
Honestly, I haven't seen any of the others.
Neither
I didn't
have I.
realize it
Okay,
was a series.
I've never watched the second one, but I absolutely watched the first.
What are the
one.
other ones?
The first one,
Olympus Has Fallen,
and then
which
London.
is legitimately great. It's
Yeah.
a fantastic action.
Missile launches come out of the White House.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
about to say Missile Launches Have Fallen is the sequel.
I wish it were,
Yeah.
but it's London Has Fallen. Like all of London.
What
blows
about
up.
Missile Launches?
Missile launches come out of the White House.
Okay,
in
good,
Olympus Has
good, good,
Fallen,
good,
and it's
good.
all like, "Pachoo, pachoo, pachoo." I think the Koreans
Nice.
are the bad guys. Yes,
Yes,
North
I know
Koreans.
No, it's not yet North Koreans. It's
Isn't it?
European terrorists.
Am I,
No,
am I
North
thinking,
Koreans might be
am
the
I thinking of the other
White House
one?
down.
Yeah, you're thinking of White House down, where it's the
I've got
Koreans.
my movies conflated. I guess the other movie's garbage. Because I remember enjoying the Koreans are bad guys.
And what's the second one?
London Has
London Has
Fallen.
Fallen.
London Has
They
Fallen.
blow up a bridge. I
Yeah.
believe.
So this one is?
Yeah.
Angel.
Angel.
And it's
Angel.
Angel because that's his code name.
Yeah.
Not because he does like magic on the side and is a mind freak.
Deep cut Thomas right there. Okay, so
Well, in
let's talk
Gloomhaven, my mind thief is Gary Angel. Mind thief.
It should be Devon. Like, it should be Devon Angel.
Steve Angel.
Derek Angel.
Derek Angel. Attorney at law.
He's a mind freak. He's a mind freak.
No.
It's pretty good.
You guys seem pretty excited about 3 from Hell.
Yeah.
But I really want to know how the fuck they survive.
No spoilers for the other 2 because honestly, I have not seen them.
Oh, dude, you.
Dude, there's so much
Okay,
you haven't
the-
seen. Like, just
Well,
deal
there's
with
so
it.
much all of us haven't
Yes.
seen,
Yeah,
and I'm
like,
the king.
We went through this
Hey.
when you abandoned us, Marcus.
Jason,
When
this
did
is
I
my
abandon you?
territory, okay? Movies that have not been seen by the person speaking. That's where I live.
That is where you speak with authority,
Very
sir.
Yeah, you don't come in here and step on my turf.
Get in your lane!
Though I have seen them, so you watch them,
Just-
and I'll unwatch them.
Just to say, the second one ends very definitively.
Yes, I remember it has a definitive ending.
Yes.
Yes.
So we're.
But yeah, I don't know.
guess that would
This
be
could
the
be
From Hell part,
this
then?
could be a prequel.
could be a prequel.
It could be.
It could be that he just has some zombie magic.
Could be. Yeah, I mean, his name is Rob Zombie.
Oh, Rob, yeah, and Robert is
Robert
a popular voodoo name.
Dick.
Yeah.
Papa Shango.
Yeah, Papa Robert
Yeah.
in the bayou. Yeah.
Tell Shaman, Robert.
Living in hell.
But yeah, I'm properly keen. I see Captain Spaulding's there. People were like, is he? Isn't he? Because his name I think wasn't on the.
It wasn't on the first.
post. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I'm glad to see him. 'Cause he
Indeed, I thought he
fucking
was dead.
rules. Yeah, he's just.
Otis Redding is still alive somehow. That guy's gotta be fucking ancient by now.
Yeah. Anyway, but it looks cool. It's just you can't see anything from the trailer about whether it if I'd seen that trailer out of context, I'd just be like, this is hot garbage. But I've seen the others and I know what I'm.
Which is the
Also,
first
this-
one, Devil's
House
Reject.
of
a Thousand Corpses.
Devil's
It is-
Reject.
Devil's Reject is a step up from like House of a Thousand
yeah.
Corpses was just like weird, like horror, psychedelic madness, fucking batshit insane, and then
It
like
was very close, like, if you want to talk spiritually, to like something like Mandy.
Yeah.
Very similar sort of
yeah,
weirdness.
yeah,
Where it's
yeah,
like-
not quite as like psychedelic, but
Yeah.
but yeah,
Weird.
weird and like
Okay,
fucked up,
interesting.
and definitely its own
like acid
thing.
trip light. Like House of a Thousand Corpses is like a light acid trip. Mandy is full blown OD on acid.
And Devil's Rejects was just more. I don't know. It just
It was
felt,
more cohesive as a
yeah,
film.
and it was like
And a lot.
firmer and just
It was a
more
lot more
fleshed
story
out
driven.
and solid. Yeah, it's just a good movie on its own terms.
Indeed.
And yeah, but both of them are just
They're fun.
fun and fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
Awful. I'm
Nice.
the devil.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
And I'm here to do the
get
devil's
round to them
work.
eventually.
Yeah, you will.
should.
Just like how all of you'll have to get round to fucking Black Mirror. Jesus.
Well, if your
I
mom
like-
ran on batteries, there, I'm done.
Nice.
Caveman Black Mirror. What if fire, but too much?
Oh no! I just saw a write up, and somebody said, like, you know, first season of Black Mirror. It's like, what if, you know, a life through fulfillment in technologies maybe not the most fulfilled life? Season
Bullshit.
5, hey man, just make out with me in Street Fighter.
Alright.
That's all my context. I don't know what
I'll
any of it
definitely watch
relates
them
to.
one day. It's one of those things I'll probably watch when it ends.
See, the thing is, there's all this stuff like, yeah, you know, I should watch that, but then I get home and I just put on Spider-Verse again.
Yeah.
You know?
I relate to
I could watch something else, but in this past week, I've watched Good Omens twice. So.
Not a word.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
this'll be the
also
day where I
like,
can
you know,
binge
it's like,
it.
I could watch this, or I could just watch the new Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's like I could watch this thing, or Martina and I could just like watch 30 Rock again. All 7 seasons
mean,
again.
It's like me with Futurama.
Yeah, it's comfort food.
Or me with you know all of Arrested Development. You know, all 3 seasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
I can count, and that's not right.
It is right. There are only 3 seasons of Arrested Development.
Then what are the other ones?
Spin-offs.
Nice.
Extended universe.
Well
Yeah.
played. They're young Sheldon.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
No, they're actually.
Why do you
I
remind
think
me that
they're.
that exists?
I have not seen season quote 5 unquote. But I actually enjoyed season 4 a lot more than other people did. I think, like, because I watched it straight after season 3. So for me, it was like, oh, this is just an interesting experiment. But I can imagine people that have been waiting years for season 4 did not want something different.
That different.
They wanted
Yeah.
more of the same.
More of the same. But I at the time I enjoyed it. I just felt that each episode was 5 to 10 minutes too long. If they just trimmed the fat.
Yeah, you
like-
said it was similar to Grand Tour.
Grand Tour season
Yeah.
1,
Yeah.
where it was just
I
like
suppose that comes with getting a new production team.
And having a little more time on your
yeah,
hands.
Netflix, so they could do like they had no limit on episode length, and
Yeah.
that's a problem. Is like those constraints are a good thing.
Yeah,
I mean, it didn't work for Game of Thrones. Why the fuck would it work for anything else?
nothing worked for Game of Thrones.
More
no,
like
the
Fame
score-
of
the score
Thrones,
works.
Okay,
am I
no,
right?
No. I will absolutely agree that Game of Thrones season 7 has maybe one of my favorite score tracks of all time. I think it's called Light of the Seven.
Score
Yeah,
track.
Light of the
you
Seven.
say.
Yeah,
A score track.
score track.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a soundtrack, but also it had a baby with a score.
Yeah,
I thought it just
it's
had
next
like a
level, Dion.
scorecard.
You know, if you had the complex knowledge of the music biz that I do,
Yeah, sorry.
The
I
music biz.
music.
yeah, again, it's the fusion.
I've also been listening to a lot of Beef and Dairy Network.
There you go.
Nice.
But
I've
yeah,
just
no.
been playing a shit ton of DMC5. Honestly,
so
the
good.
past.
God,
I
damn right
had
you have.
Peter over, the guy making Shattered Realms, and he's like an old hand with those games. So like, you know, he's a super hardcore fighting game player. Like, had him playing, like he picked it up for the first time at my place because he doesn't have a PS4 yet, and it was ridiculous. Like
What
within
game is this?
DMC5,
Okay.
within 2 minutes,
You just like
it was just like
smoking 6 stars.
Yeah.
it was like throwing an eagle off a roof.
Yeah.
It like it fell
Really
for maybe
scary.
it fell for maybe like half a second, and then it just like
And then
It's sword.
majestically. I didn't fucking know you could do half of this stuff.
Which button does the good?
Wait. You are sure you didn't have auto on when he was playing?
Yes.
I'm just making
What the
sure.
fuck is auto on?
that's easy.
That's easy mode.
Easy.
Oh, no.
Well, no, it's not because there's easy mode and then there's auto on.
Yeah.
Where, okay, so the easy mode is the lowest difficulty where it's the easy. Your
yeah.
style rank goes up the most and
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
rest of that.
Also, it's impossible to die.
It's near impossible to die. But if you put auto on, all of the combos lose the motion inputs. So you just have to press buttons and your combos will
Oh
automatically
no
come
no
out.
no.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, with that, you can literally, mash.
Mash.
Yeah.
Triangle is on the
Yeah,
top.
you try and you do an auto combo like
You
in
would
fighting
have
games.
you would have murdered me if anything like that had been
Yeah.
on.
It's really good though, and so smooth.
It's fucking
Magnificent.
Oh, I've been playing it. I've
It's
been
the
playing
best.
it.
It's the best they've ever done.
No, I've been playing on PC, and it's like I didn't expect like Capcom to put that much effort into the port to make it run that buttery
Especially
smooth.
after Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
But this isn't Gaming Beards, this is CineBeards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these are cinematic gaming experiences.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which is exactly why Keanu Reeves.
That's why it's cine, not cinema.
yeah.
Cinema.
So it can be cinematic gaming experience beards. Or it could be cinema beards.
Wingardium Cinema.
Cool.
So are there more trailers, or can we talk
Dr.
about
Sleep.
Keanu
Dr.
Reeves?
Sleep.
Dr. Sleep.
Yay! Looks really good.
I'm so
really
excited.
classy.
For
Like-
those of you that have no idea what Dr. Sleep is, it was the sequel novel to, which is the one with the Shining.
Which
With
is the one
Which is
with
the
The
one? Did you
Shining?
just ask which is the one with the shining?
Yes.
Fuck you.
Yeah. The
It was for
Shining.
comedic effect, but it didn't work. Yeah, it's basically a sequel to The Shining.
Yeah.
Dion
it's-
will fill us in more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just it's interesting there. Like it looks like it's like partly is like a adaptation of the novel Doctor Sleep, but also like they're framing it also as like a sequel to Stanley Kubrick's.
As
The
opposed
Shining,
to
so, like-
Stephen King's.
Yeah, so because I mean those are sort of fairly different beasts, so it'll be super interesting to see how like where it's gonna draw the most flavor from.
Yeah.
If it's gonna just take the basic story and then shoot it as like a sequel to The Shining, or like do it on its own merits because they had The Shining. Anyway, it's gonna be super interesting to see how much they do that, or if it's just gonna be flashbacks.
Yeah.
Who knows? So yeah, but it's cool that shot of Danny Torrance like looking through the door.
And then that.
Yeah.
It's
It's a good trailer,
Yeah.
and it's, as you guys said, super understated as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No context.
Yeah.
Don't know where anything relates to anything else. Looks spooky. Looks compelling. Perfect.
No Jack Nicholson.
No Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, I don't think it needs any Jack
No,
Nicholson.
no, no. I'm just saying, like, it's. I can imagine that there was the temptation.
Yeah,
To have him in
absolutely.
the
There
trailer.
Oh
was.
yeah. The
That's a whole
temptation
new-
would have
Or
been
just
the
have
whole-
him voice.
Yeah,
You
because I think like most people won't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna look at that and go like, huh? But yeah, like I think it'll be cool.
I
I'm
mean,
super keen.
I'm sad that I won't get to see it on cinema
Yeah.
Why?
because it's coming out on November 8th, the same day as Death Stranding, and I'm not going to be doing anything but playing Death Stranding.
Yeah.
No, because I mean, you've got a week of Death Stranding, then Pokemon comes out, so then you've got that for like a week,
And
and,
then
then
there's
Doom
Doom.
Eternal
And then
comes
it's Doom
out.
Eternal. So
Doom Eternal. I think I'm probably gonna skip Pokemon at first, and I'm just gonna play Death Stranding for 2 weeks, and
Good man.
then cheers. Then it's Doom Eternal. Then you guys can
Yeah,
just
yeah.
fuck
Then you
off.
guys can
See-
just
see,
stop
that-
podcasting. Dion and I will be playing Doom Eternal.
Death Stranding is solid for the first week.
More like Death Stranding, am I right?
Actually, with the pre-orders, yeah.
Topical.
It's solid for the first week, and then the second week, Death Stranding is my like, okay, I'm up, I'm sitting on the couch, and then when I get into bed, there's the Switch with Pokemon.
Yeah,
Okay.
there
'Cause
you go.
You don't need sleep if you've got Pokemon. It's just
mean,
as
it's true.
relaxing
I
to
mean,
lie in
but
bed
there is
and
that
play
new app,
Pokemon
that
for 8
Pokemon,
hours.
that Pokemon
So-
sleep thing. You watched the direct, right?
Oh, yeah.
You don't need sleep, you just need Pokemon. That's the real message of Pokemon.
You see,
Exactly.
Here's the great thing. I'm hiding my purchase of Pokemon Sword as a gift for my wife.
Nice.
I think she doesn't listen to this podcast.
And Dragon Quest XI's coming out, which means Martina's going to be distracted while I play all these games.
Nice. I did not know she was a
Just-
Dragon Quest fan.
No,
Just
but
keep showing
she's
her
like,
the Zelda
she's-
teaser.
She watched the Tim Rogers review,
Yeah?
and that I get asked about it like pretty much daily. Where is it? Where is like she thought because originally when it came out they didn't know when the Switch version was coming, and they said it's a far way off because
Yeah.
like they're struggling to get the engine working in it because it was built on I think like the most recent Unreal revision, and like the older Unreal revision works better on Switch. So like they had to sort of work it so that it or vice versa, sorry, wrong way around. Like it was built on I think Unreal 3,
Yep, it was
and then
built on
Unreal,
Unreal
4
3
is
and-
sort of like natively works on Switch. So that updated, and the guy's like, oh, he doesn't know when it's coming out, and she thought I was bullshitting because she thought I was just gonna surprise buy it for her, so she kept expecting to see it on her Switch. Like,
Oh, that's so pure.
yeah. But yeah, it'll be good. It's gonna be a good month for games. So fuck movies.
You're a solid 6 out of 10,
I
Dion.
am.
You are.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank goodness Star Wars is only coming out in December, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some time.
What other big movies are coming that we're excited for? Other than obviously the biggest of them all, which is Angel Has Fallen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And the home release of
In a
Endgame.
couple of weeks, it is Far From Home.
Okay.
Toy Story 4 should be out at the moment.
Yeah.
It should be.
Where's that sitting on Rotten Tomatoes at the moment?
Toy Story
was- it
4.
was-
that was
100.
that was on 100. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it was
apparently
on
really
100.
great.
Yeah, it's probably dropped down to
90?
mid 90s by
I mean,
now.
there's that one contrarian asshole who always just...
Yeah, me.
Oh, really? By...
Yeah, the guy that took us from a perfect score.
Get Out.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, Get Out.
Yes.
The total review count is now up to 92. And the tomato meter is still 100%.
Whoa, baby!
So 100% of those 92 reviewers liked the movie.
Or at least recommend the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's impressive.
What is it sitting at on Metacritic?
They said it's a
Metacritic.
lot of
I'm
people
gonna
are saying it's a lot
go-
closer to the animated shorts, like animated, obviously animated, but like the shorts that they released. I don't know if you watched those. They were all fantastic, but apparently it's a lot more like one of those than one of the mainline entries, which is apparently quite refreshing.
Sitting at 84 on Metacritic.
Oh,
Jeez.
I was
Yeah, so, like-
telepathically thinking 87.
So not as sort of heavy as the main trilogy.
yeah.
But still with lots
became-
of whimsy.
Yeah, but apparently more of like a fun, adventurous romp,
All right.
which is what I would really.
I think
like.
that's nice, especially because of how heavy 3 ended.
Oh,
yeah.
You know, it's the heaviest of the endings. So
Yeah.
if you're gonna go like, no, heavier, it's like, well, what, did they die of cancer? Like, what the fuck? Like, the child is actually dying, and this is a make-a-wish.
No, the child
you
is
know?
actually dying, and guess what? Toys can get cancer
Yeah,
too.
like,
They get them from their humans.
When the
If
kid
the
Yeah.
human has cancer, all the toys,
have
get cancer.
and because they're toys and small, the cancer moves faster.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Cancer so
That causes so much more pain.
Oh my!
it's-
Can you imagine Woody losing his hair?
and it's bone cancer, so they all like.
Well,
They
like-
don't even have. Yeah. First they grow bones, and then it starts to.
I don't know. Cancer's so easy to beat. I'm already on stage 4. Like,
Well played.
No, in terms of the Toy Story shorts, like the Halloween one, I think that was my
Yeah, that was
my
really good.
favorite.
Yeah, it was
like you
super
guys should definitely watch the Halloween short if you watch any
all of them. All of them were
I
really,
watched
really
them
good.
all.
Are those ones voiced by Tom Hanks or Colin Hanks?
Colin, I believe.
No, it's Tom.
Is it Tom?
Yeah, no, it's all the full proper cast.
Full hangst.
Yeah, yeah. No, there's no.
No shenaniganry.
No.
Yeah.
Frozen 2. That was, I think, the last
Yeah,
trailer that we
good
had.
I like
trailer.
her coat.
I like the teaser. I like the trailer. So
I like the look.
I'm hoping
of
I'm
them.
hoping it's grown up with its audience.
Yeah.
And it's like skewing just a little bit older.
I would like that because, like I said, I didn't like Frozen at all on any level.
I was not a big fan of
But
it.
to be fair, you weren't
was
exactly the target
No,
audience.
but
No.
I've watched a lot of other animated films directed for kids that I have enjoyed.
Yeah, like I
Like Blade
loved
Runner.
Moana.
yeah, like
2049.
Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic children's tale.
Classic children's tale.
Lots of bright colors and
Texas
robots.
Chainsaw Massacre.
So yeah,
Antichrist.
I loved Moana.
The
Frozen for me
Conjuring.
was like
House the
a 6
Jackal.
out of 10.
yeah, I'm hoping that they've taken the fact that it was such a huge hit, and that they can now sort of take more risks with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, more story-wise, not just
Basically,
make
we
it
want
the song thing.
opposite of what they did for Wreck-It Ralph.
I still haven't seen.
I still haven't seen it either.
I've watched it.
I've watched it,
It's
too.
got 1 or 2 moments in it that are pretty great, all because of the Disney princesses.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it is just trash.
Yeah.
marketing exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at all the shit we own. The movie.
much.
Yeah. But no, I especially like the touch of just the way they animated the magic. No, like the magical elements. It feels very like late 60s, early 70s Disney to me. You know, it feels like the way magic was depicted in like Sleeping Beauty or
It is very like ephemeral, like
yeah. It's got
effects.
yeah.
RTX on.
I'm pretty sure they animated that with RTX enabled.
Thank God.
Yes.
Just agree with me, Dion.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Did you guys see? There was a study I read recently.
What?
You read?
I'm very proud of
He's
you,
got
Jason.
glasses.
Well,
of course he reads.
Hold off on that for just a second.
I read a headline.
It was probably
You read a headline on
It was
Vice.
probably the most needless study ever done, but it's a study that came to the conclusion that most people who didn't like The Last Jedi are sexist and conservative.
That's crazy.
That's
That is crazy how
impossible.
nature do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like shit.
Shit.
Are you sure
I mean,
you were reading
I
a
feel like I
study
should
and
say
not a
something
Vice article?
smart.
No, it was a proper study with
No,
graphs
because
and
it's
everything.
true. It wouldn't be a
Yeah.
Vice
It was
article. It's
a,
true.
Yeah,
a
that's
survey
true.
done of a couple thousand people. I think it was between 5 and 10,000 people.
It's like, are you racist? Yes. Did you like The Last Jedi? No. Uh-huh.
Venn
There's the
diagram
link.
overlap.
Yeah, because the guy, like, I think it's the study was like 5 separate parts, each one concentrating on a different thing. And he came to the conclusion that, for the most part, obviously there are outliers and stuff like
course.
that, but for the most part, there are 3 different types of Star Wars fans.
Okay.
There's the ones that he calls the prequel skeptics, because they still enjoy the prequels, but they're, lower down on the list.
Yeah.
The saga lovers, which are pretty consistent but with obvious outliers like Empire and stuff like that being way higher than everything else because it's Empire. And then the last one are called
Cox.
pretty much The Last Jedi disowners. And the guy's like, I was gonna call them skeptics, but seeing as almost all of them rated it a 1, I'm just gonna call them disowners. I'm gonna use a stronger term for them.
Because they
Wow.
use stronger terms for this film.
Okay, so where do we fall in then?
I saw an
Saga lovers, well,
I
I would
suppose
fall.
we're saga lovers because we kind of enjoy most of these films.
what?
Gotta do, but I don't put Empire on such of a high pedestal anymore.
I'm
mean,
a
everybody does.
I'd say I'm a prequel skeptic, I guess, because I can sort of enjoy them in a detached sort
I-
of way.
I did prefer Revenge of the Sith to Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, this
And
is
Rogue
definitely
One is my favorite. Like,
yeah. No, obviously,
But
but I
I
mean,
he just concentrated on the main
Right.
saga.
so prequel. Yeah, I'd say I'm a prequel skeptic, like acknowledging that it's not as good as the others, but I can sort of
still
like there's large bits of the Phantom Menace that I enjoy.
right.
Revenge of the Sith,
Duel
there's
of
large
Fates
bits.
is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the
And the pod race is
disparity
great.
here.
Yeah, they goes
Like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan is great.
Yeah, look, for the people who are under the banner of saga lovers,
And it's got the best music.
the average for the original trilogy is 9, 10, and 9, the median,
Yeah.
and for the prequel trilogy it's 7, 7, 8.
Yeah.
It's alright.
So that's the range in which the saga lovers fall. For the prequel skeptics, as he called them, there it's a much bigger disparity. Whereas the original trilogy is about the same, 9, 10, 8. The prequel trilogy is sitting at 4, 3, 5.
Is that the prequel skeptics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I thought the prequel skeptics liked the prequels more than the saga lovers.
No.
No, saga lovers love
saga lovers
everything
love
kind of
everything. The
similar.
prequel skeptics don't
Okay,
like
I
the
must-
prequels as much.
I misunderstood.
Okay.
I misunderstood. Okay, no. Then obviously yes. Sorry, I thought that they were the ones that are like they're a little skeptical of the prequels. They're a little lower, but they prefer the original trilogy. Okay, no,
Yeah.
that
Okay, so we're
saga
lovers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So we're massive nerds.
Yes.
yeah, and the Last Jedi Disowners is basically it's only the original trilogy that's high.
yeah.
And everything
And
else
then-
is like 1.
Well, everything else is like 4 or 5, and then Last
Force
Jedi
Awakens
is just like
isn't.
1.
Then the Force Awakens is like an 8.
Force Awakens
and
is
then-
pretty flat. It's like a 6,
That's weird.
Interesting.
and then Last Jedi is 2.
Dumb.
Yep.
People.
Wrong.
Correct.
At least we can all agree, all shapes and colors of Star Wars fans, that Jedi Fallen Order looks kind of generic.
Yeah.
No, I watched the longer gameplay thing. It looks pretty cool.
In this graph here, Dion, the orangey color represents women, green represents men,
Oh.
and the blue represents gender non-binary people.
Oh dear.
Is that not the most predictable graph you've ever seen?
That is.
That is the graph of
Wow.
yep. Thought so.
Yeah.
Yep. Who are the Last Jedi Disowners? Oh, white men?
Oh, it's
Great.
white
yeah.
dudes.
Thanks for that obvious piece of information, guy. I'm sure you didn't waste your time at all on this stupid fucking study.
Thanks a lot. Now, at least we're vindicated through science now.
Yes. Thanks, science.
Also, Last Jedi Disowners skew older than the other two.
Shocking. Again.
Really?
The movie that says old stuff is bad is not liked by old people. Weird.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, one day, hopefully through science we will.
One day we will be those old people.
Yeah. And besides,
Oh,
the
the
Fallen
Last
Order
Jedi
thing,
owners as well, interestingly, care the most about what other Star Wars fans think.
Say again.
The Last Jedi Disowners care the most, by quite a margin, about what other fans
Well,
think.
yes, because they base their hatred off what everyone else loves. It's completely externalized. They don't have any of their own real feelings about the movies. They just know what everyone else thinks about the movies. They don't think about them for themselves. So that makes perfect sense.
And they stink like butts.
That too.
Well said. Sir.
You were saying something about Fallen Order.
I'm excited to play it because Ubisoft will never make another Prince of Persia game as long as the Assassin's Creed games exist, and this looks to me like
No, from all the
Star
hands-on stuff,
Wars.
apparently, like mechanically, it's super fun. Like a lot of,
Well, I would expect
like
that
a lot
from...
of for frame perfect, like parrying stuff, like Sekiro. People were comparing it to.
I would believe that, seeing as it's coming from Respawn, and I mean they are good with gameplay and game feel, but just like from what I saw personally, it doesn't really
the visual design
excite
is not
me.
very exciting.
Well, it's very Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's just like the area we've seen so far is like one
Thing on Kashyyyk,
one
which we've
area.
seen before.
Yeah, it's a mine on Kashyyyk. I mean,
Yeah,
what do you
it's
do?
one sort of area. Apparently, it's super like diverse in the places you go, and yeah, mechanically, it's apparently
word, Dion.
extremely. Yeah. Oh no, it's what I was sort of hoping. Like looking at the animation, that it just feels super punchy, feels super responsive, and apparently the actual mechanical systems are like really fun and challenging.
Fuck yes.
So, yeah.
Because I was like thinking of some really cool, like with those force power, some really cool puzzles.
Oh
you know,
yeah.
for platforming stuff. Like,
Yeah.
because when I saw that, I was like, oh cool. I can't get Prince of Persia, but at least I've got this.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, movie. Well, to be fair, like
To be fair.
when did that become a gag? But you know, there hasn't been much
Have
news.
you not watched Letterkenny?
And have you not
Please
been a
watch
CineBeard
Letterkenny.
in the last year?
Please watch Letterkenny. It's the most Canadian thing you'll ever watch.
It's also
Well,
got a
well,
super
Trailer
badass
Park
line
Boys.
that I actually mentioned to Dion on Thursday. Super badass line. The main guy's in Quebec in a bar, and these two guys are giving him and his girlfriend shit. So he's busy drinking his beer. He's like, "Guys, just go buy yourselves a beer." And they're like, "What if we don't?" "Well, then I'm gonna have to put mine down."
Ooh, that's a good line.
Yeah, that's a good line.
Yeah, just send me the link to where to stream it.
I will actually copy the link onto a USB drive, and then I'll give you that USB drive with the link, so you can just
Oh,
Control
but-
C, Control V. It'll be a lot
No,
easier.
no, no,
That's
no,
the
no, come on.
future.
I don't want to have to control C. Can't you just make like a shortcut hot link to it?
Just just print
Like
it
just so I
out.
can double click it.
I'll print it out.
Print out the URL.
Fax it to me, please. For the love of God,
Hey,
fax it to
man.
me.
But it should all be coming to Hulu, isn't it? You said.
Yeah, it's now a Hulu original, like for season 7 and then season 8.
Fantastic.
The I was gonna say that I was reading about Square Enix, like where a lot of the early games, like the backing up code wasn't a thing. It was just like finish the game, put it out, move
Yeah.
on to the next one. And so what they would do is they would literally like delete the code. They would first print it out. They would like literally print out the source code on
Wow.
paper,
Japanese thing I've ever
print it out on
heard.
paper, and then destroy the source code.
Well, like a similar reason to that is why we've waited so long for an FF8 remaster, because
Yeah.
they lost the master.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like they like a lot of things they'd have like maybe a few assets and they have to recreate everything else from scratch. Other things they have to literally code from the ground up.
It's crazy that you can play Final Fantasy 1 through 12 on Switch now,
That's madness.
That is fucking crazy.
right?
Yeah. Now I just want the Resident Evil Nemesis on there.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You could play all of the Resident Evils except
no,
3.
because I'm
And
waiting.
2.
Yeah, because I'm waiting. I'm waiting at least 2 years for that remake.
Yeah, I know.
I know it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna.
Oh, dude, it's gonna. That's definitely the next
my
E3 for
mind.
sure. They're gonna show that.
But I mean, here's the thing: like, what do they do after that? Do they then just
Resident
decide?
Evil 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
no,
do
they're
they
not
then-
gonna. No, they will. You.
There's no way.
There's no way you're
The
gonna
only
remake
thing,
4.
Yeah.
the only thing they
Can't.
would
It
do
is
with 4
perfect.
is they might do a remaster like they did with Resident Evil 1.
Wait, they've already done a HD upscaling.
No,
but like a full
like
remaster.
Full remaster.
Yeah, remember
Like
Resident
the-
Evil 1's remaster was like
They
completely
rebuilt
new
it.
assets
Yeah.
from the ground up.
But kept everything the same. Tank controls, fixed camera.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You could even. Oh yeah, I remember. You could even use the original voices if you wanted.
All right.
Yeah. Movies.
Should we have a bit of a Snyder minute?
Snyder minute.
Snyder minute.
Snyder minute. Snyder minute. Snyder minute.
I like that.
Snyder minute.
Scary
That could have
quiet.
worked.
We got
that could have
Hans Zimmer.
worked in my dream/nightmare
We
last
got
night,
Hans Zimmer in to do
your
that.
dream
For us.
scary.
Snyder minute.
where I went, like in our dream. Well, in my dream, we
Yeah.
went
Oh,
out.
it's all of our dreams.
In
really.
my dream, we went out for dinner somewhere.
Nice.
And
Was it
then
a nice
we were
intimate
gonna
affair?
start talking shit about Batman v Superman, but for some reason we didn't.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the meal, we realized that Zack Snyder and co had been sitting next to us the whole time. So we were like, thank God we didn't talk shit about about Batman v Superman. But then it turned out it was a setup, and they were there to debate us.
Us.
Yes.
At least we're always ready. At
Yeah.
least we're always
Yeah,
ready
we
for that.
are-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was
I mean, I have.
a dream.
Man, I have watched all, what is it, 6 or 9 hours of really that bad about
Yeah.
it. I've watched, like, I know. Shit,
Several
man.
hours.
Yeah.
Several hours
So
of
what's your
content.
Snyder minute?
Well, the artist who worked on one of the-
minute.
Snyder minute. One of the artists who worked on Justice League has essentially tweeted out that the VFX and shit for it are pretty much done. The shooting for all of it was done.
For what's this now? For
The Snyder Cut.
for just okay, yeah.
So he's basically said it pretty much exists.
The thing that doesn't make any sense to me is he like
How would he know?
Well, not just
Well,
not,
he's one of the VFX.
He's the
artists.
VFX.
not just that.
artist.
The
He
thing
would-
that if you look at the timeline, Joss Whedon was high. I mean, like the rumors about when like Snyder left was ages before the film came out.
Yeah.
Who the fuck finishes a movie that early? Like the usually like
Do you know who does? Someone that doesn't write a very good film.
What wasn't Star Wars done super early?
that was I think 3 months early, and
That-
that was like a thing.
It was record break.
That
Yeah.
was like
It
wow.
was a huge thing that it's in the can 3 months before release.
yeah.
That was mad.
Like
So
they had to put it in the
feels,
vault.
It just feels really weird to me that like it would have been essentially done that far out from
Because he,
Launch, yeah.
really, we
that they
know he
still had enough
officially-
time to bring in another director to reshoot huge swaths of it.
Yep.
Unless
and
they were going to do it back-to-back recording with Justice League 2,
Which they
Electric
could have
Boogaloo.
would have actually been
No,
released
but I
this
mean-
past Friday.
But
stuck
if
to
they
it.
were
anniversary.
planning on doing that, they would have had like a production script, and apparently it was never
Yeah.
at that point.
All,
No,
all I
they
know
didn't
is,
have a
like,
production.
No,
if,
sorry.
if,
Yeah,
if I
you're right.
remember, like, we know Zack Snyder left the project in March of 2017, but the things that I read pointed to he may have actually left
Yeah.
as early as January 2017.
What was the original release date for it, though? Because was it not pushed back?
Oh,
because
you're
of the
right.
reshoots?
You're
It was supposed
right.
to be
Could have been
summer
delayed.
2017.
So they
Yeah.
could have got extra time that way. Sneaky.
What-
I'm gonna
I,
check
I
the-
just want them to. I know we say this pretty much every second week when we do the Snyder Minute, but just release the fucking Snyder Cut already. Just release what it is.
Just vindicate us.
Yeah.
Just,
You know what?
just
You know what I
vindicate
really
us.
hope. You know what I actually
What do you want?
really hope happens. It won't, but what would actually be great is if he releases it, like Warner Brothers for whatever, sinks a couple of million into like doing a definitive director's cut version of it, putting it out, and it's actually great. Wouldn't that be cool to have a good Justice League movie?
Yes,
That would be pretty dope.
Like
but
a
at
fully
what
coherent.
cost, Dion? At what cost?
To whom are we giving this victory?
At what
The
cost?
thing is, no, well, the victory is like, okay, true, because then you'll never get those idiots to shut up. But it would also be nice to watch a Justice League movie where it's
Well,
like,
then just
where
watch
it's like,
Justice League War animated.
Yeah.
but I mean, Justice League War doesn't have hilarious tripping Jewish boy.
Damn, you got me there. And just think, in the Snyder Cut, they probably got a banana slipping sound. Like they probably and with that bongo noise.
What's that whistle? That
Slide whistle.
And,
slide
and,
whistle.
and when he's like falling, they've got that the bongo drums going like, and then he like falls and the cymbals crash.
And then they do the.
Oh wow! Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Batman v Superman was originally going to be released in 2015.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Fucking hell.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, filming
So yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually.
wrapped, like principal photography wrapped in October 2016,
Bloody hell.
2016.
So they
and
had
it
a
came
lot
out
of time.
November 2017.
Yeah, and Snyder left
Really,
the
they would-
project probably January the next year.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the earliest date he possibly could have left.
Yeah,
from
so
what
I
I've
mean
read.
that means, and I mean him leaving doesn't necessarily mean that VFX work stopped. So yeah, like hey,
There's a good
timeline works.
Timeline
Yeah.
checks out.
guys, are we?
It's I like how like over the years it's like slowly coalescing before our very eyes.
We are watching history in the making.
You know what really pisses me off though? We have an actual chance of possibly seeing one day. It won't be now because it's going to conflict with everything that's going on, but far enough into the future, 10 years from now, whatever, seeing this sort of definitive Snyder Cut. But we'll never see the 40 minutes of cut footage from Event Horizon.
Yep.
We'll never
That-
see hell.
that-
we'll
that-
never see the full
Do you know
hell
how
scene
sad
of
that
God.
makes me?
Do you know
Because
how
I
fucking
rewatched that
depressing that is?
recently.
Yeah,
and
that is-
like
And if you
God,
just see
it's a
those
good
little
movie.
glimpses
and
of
Yeah, from the
those
VHSs
glimpses
that
are like
existed.
this
Oh.
is the best Clive Barker movie I've ever seen, you know?
and it's like all the fucking sick shit they saw for hell is
I
just
want it!
gone forever.
But they were
Yeah.
just like, no, sense.
It's too much. It's 1997 and this is too much.
It's 1997 and this isn't Britain, so we're not showing this.
Sad.
Sad.
Hashtag sad. Oh my god, are we Snyder Cut truthers now?
No.
No.
No,
on-
we're just
We're snoothers.
No.
we're not snoothers.
We're at worst we're Snyder Cut apologists now.
no, we just
We're still Snyder Cut skeptics.
we're Snyder's Cut.
Snyder's Cut.
Snyder's Cut, yeah.
Snyder's scum.
We're Snyder Cut. We've gone from being Snyder Cut deniers to being Snyder Cut skeptics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And
It's like-
I guess we've always said just fucking release it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what state
We're
it's
just
in.
we're just sitting
release
on
it.
the train tracks of the Snyder Cut, just hoping the train just fucking hits
Yeah,
us.
we no, the thing is we just don't
It's
we
like
know
Dark
it's
Phoenix.
Exactly.
Yeah.
we know there's a train and we
Somewhere.
are sitting on train tracks, but we don't know if the
If
train
that-
is on these tracks and
Or if
when
the
it's
train's,
coming.
you know, on fire somewhere.
When we don't know when it's coming, so we're just sitting here in the state of vague
Wait,
anxiety.
does that mean that Zack Snyder has that villain mustache and tied us to the tracks?
Yes.
Okay.
As that cool, like,
Straight after he debated us in that restaurant.
music playing.
But
Truffle.
yeah, the thing is, all jokes aside, if that thing came out, we would watch it.
Of course we would be
fucking
there
watch
on
it.
release day.
Like, in the cinema, I'd watch that.
I would bring my big ol' Avengers popcorn.
Weird flex, but okay.
I would go watch it sober.
No.
I would, because I am sober.
And sobering.
Yeah, no.
What? You've told me stories about your work. You're drunk on power, son.
But yeah, but that tastes so good and it goes down so smooth.
Don't you judge us?
You ever held people's lives in your hands? You ever seen the light die in their eyes when you tell them they're bad?
Yes. I lectured for a few years.
Hey,
Oh yeah, you did.
Did.
Oh God, how did that go?
you're an
Really well.
You're an academic.
Nice.
I'm glad you're in a support group.
You're My Hero Academia.
Anime is bad,
But grammatically that didn't really work.
and also anime is a mistake.
This is the Snyder several minutes.
Now that that's wrapped up, let's talk about the X-Mans. The
Which
X-Men.
which one?
The,
Have any
the
of us-
script from 2010 that resurfaced that would have been
Been a
essentially
good
a
film.
civil war between X-Men and the Fantastic Four.
Oh, I saw something about that. That was going to be off. No, that was going to lead off of X3, wasn't it? Using the original cast.
Yeah, I think it was using the original
Yeah,
cast.
it was using all the original cast and the then Fantastic Four, including Chris Evans as the Human Torch.
And they wanted to do it Civil War style.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
I mean, that would have been cool.
'cause,
Would have been
like,
pretty
the
bad.
plot
but it
details
would
that
have
they
been cool.
had was, while trying to apprehend a villain, I think was Molecule Man, Johnny Storm would go like supernova and blow a hole in Manhattan.
Nice.
nice.
Because
And
we
then
do
that
know
would
he
spark
can
the
go.
whole Heroes Act thing. And
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And,
And
Heroes
would have
Retrospect-
been would have had pretty interesting ramifications, I think, for like.
And the teaser at the end, which is also like slightly detailed, would have been for Skrulls
Yes.
and Invasion.
Ho ho! So there could have been, it could have
I'm
been a
actually
lot taken away
in
from
retrospect,
the MCU.
yeah, in retrospect, I'm very glad that didn't happen.
Exceptionally so.
Yeah. Man, have any of us actually seen Dark Phoenix yet?
No.
I will not give it money, Dion.
Yeah, like I
Jason, we've given worse things money.
No, but the
But I'm
world has
finally taking a stand, okay?
the world.
the last stand.
This is the
Yeah.
First stand.
this is the hill I refuse to die on.
This is a first. This is a first-class last stand that you're taking.
Yeah.
yeah. I've learned from my days of future past.
Yes. Apocalypse.
You beat me by 1 second, you asshole!
Almost got a speed
At
word
least
out.
all
Almost
of
got a
you.
speed
At least all of us are united on this one.
What? Yeah, I
It's a
guess we
sports
are.
team,
but
I guess.
yeah, I
X-Men
suppose
2, X-Men
Manchester
United.
like Manchester.
X-Men 2, guys.
We're-
X2 United.
I guess we're all what?
Ah.
There's 4 of us.
Yes.
That doesn't work as a thing.
Marcus, we're gonna sandbag you out of this room.
Oh, it's like it's like you're trying to the Wolverine.
Oh yes, yes! Fuck yeah! It works on so many levels.
Shut up, okay? I'll have my own X-Men origins.
What? What does that even mean?
What are you? Do you
Like, there's
imagine
gotta
you
be
are
a
an
pun at
X-Man?
least that has no context in the sentence.
Magneto.
Okay, that's better.
Ah, yeah, it's really
There we
good.
go.
Fair enough. You brought it back at the end there.
Hey!
You were losing it a little bit, but
I
bring it back,
always
bring it
bring it back. No, but I like how the world has decided, we're just not gonna go watch this one.
Yeah,
guys.
they're just like,
Man.
I want to see where's
But the world made the same decision about MIB International,
Did
apparently.
they?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
apparently it's
kind
not
of
that great. Apparently it's
Really,
not
isn't
very
it? Because
good.
I was
yeah,
kind of
it's reviewing
I
very.
was pretty keen from this trailer.
Yeah,
the,
me
the
too.
reviews are pretty it's.
I'm still gonna go
fine.
watch it.
Yeah.
I think I will too, because like I just want to watch the comedy duo that I saw in
I
Thor
just want. I
Ragnarok
want.
again.
Yeah, I just want more of that.
Yep.
Those two.
So
And apparently you do get more of that, so
that's what I want.
and that's one of the highlights.
Oh, did you guys see that the cabin that they used in Endgame for Tony Stark's house?
Yes.
Oh, you can rent it now.
Yeah, it's on
Yes!
Airbnb.
What?
Yo,
You can
that
Airbnb
place
at this-
must
I think it
be
was
pumping.
Yeah.
It must be so expensive.
It must be booked out for at least 17 years.
At least. Well, to be fair, they probably need that money after they let a film crew inside and destroy everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is fair.
But that's genius.
Yeah.
Just put the cabin from Endgame, and then that's it. You
No.
don't need to work
You just
ever
make-
again.
The cabin from Endgame, and at an additional cost, they will deliver cheeseburgers to you.
Oh, you think we're pretty good with seeing movies in the cinema a couple of times?
Yeah.
Oh,
There is a dude in the UK who has seen Endgame 107 times.
that's a lot of times.
That might be too many.
It might be too many. He's trying to break the record of the person who
Who
saw
saw
Infinity War.
142 times, I think.
Yeah.
You better hustle because it's not going to be on much longer.
I
It's only been released
he's
for
gotta-
50 days.
He's got to live there. How
Yeah.
has he seen it that many times?
What a
Twice a
nerd.
day.
Do you know how
It's
many
2
hours
showings.
that is?
That's, yeah,
6 hours a day.
I was like, wow, 107. It's been out so long. That's not so impressive. That's like, wait, 50 days. That's twice a day and change.
Yeah. That's 6 hours a day he spent watching.
At this point, he's probably just taking
Endgame.
his Switch in and
Yeah, I
like
was gonna say,
sitting at
is
the
he
back.
really watching it at this point?
Yeah, at this point, he's basically just like taking a camping bed in with him
Yeah.
and just like lying at the back of the cinema.
I mean, to be fair, I've seen Jurassic
be
Park
fair,
that many
to be
times,
fair.
but that's over the course of 20 years.
I think that's about how many times I've seen Lost World. Probably because I had one movie on VHS for a period and that was it. And it was just like every day
That's
after
me
school.
with Independence Day.
And
Yeah.
me with Toy Story. I watched that thing ragged.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Hey, come on.
What?
Visual gags.
Okay, so Dark Phoenix has been out for 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
Which
And
means
doing a whopping $0 at the
and
box
it's
office.
done 200 million.
pretty
Production
good.
budget not available. Remember, they reshot most of it.
Yes, they
So that
did.
is over 200 million.
No,
Is
it's,
that
it's
200 million?
estimated to be minimum 200
And
million.
that's
So
not
are we
including the
talking 200 million
advertising.
US domestic or 200 million worldwide?
Worldwide, obviously.
I was gonna say,
Not
there's
some kind of
no
twat.
way is it a 200 million US
The
dollar.
opening weekend in the US was 33 mil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it did worse than
it's on-
Godzilla.
It's on 51 now. in
It
the
did
US.
worse. No, you know
It
what's
did
funny?
worse than the original X-Men.
It did worse than Lost Sand.
Yeah, well, it's the lowest. I think we could just
Yeah,
like
it's the lowest.
it's the lowest X-Men.
Yeah.
But did it do worse than First Class?
Yes.
Dion. Yes, it's the lowest opening weekend.
Worse than Apocalypse?
Yes.
Dion.
Somehow.
Okay.
Somehow
It's
it
the
did worse.
lowest opening weekend of any X-Men movie.
So if you take all the X-Men,
Does that include X-Men Last Stand?
so
no,
see-
that actually did worse.
Oh, great! Now you cleared it up for me. Thank
It
you.
also that even includes fucking X-Men Origins Wolverine, which
When
leaked.
that made a hell of a lot on opening. Weirdly,
Because it leaked.
in terms
Because
of X-Men
of Hugh
movies, that
Jackman.
made quite a
because
bit of money
Hugh
on
Jackman,
opening.
but you know,
A, because
it
of Hugh
would have.
Jackman, B, because of that leak.
Yeah. But I thought it would have tanked because it leaked beforehand.
Remember when you saw footage from the leak when he was looking at his claws and you're like, oh, I can't wait to see this in cinema so that it actually looks cool. And then you see it in cinema and it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
What a rope-a-dope. Man.
The thing is, in the leak, the helicopter behind Xavier at the end is just a tennis ball.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, they still got a lot of VFX to do.
My favorite was the guns. the like throws guns, cuts to VFX plate of drawing of guns, cuts back to him with guns. Fucking money.
I wonder if you can still find
You
them.
absolutely
Yeah,
can.
you definitely can.
I've do you know what? I might have a copy on an old external somewhere. I'm gonna
Sure,
go.
the internet has it
legally
for us.
procured.
Legally procured through my film connections.
Yes. Because goddamn, I want to watch that cut again.
All that matters is, even though King of the Monsters is disappointing, it's definitely gonna outgrow Dark Phoenix.
Yep. And which means hopefully a sequel.
Well,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Godzilla vs. Kong
No,
is
no,
in.
I don't mean Godzilla vs Kong. I mean expanded.
You want
Toho.
Mechaghidorah.
I want Mechaghidorah.
Yeah.
I want King Kaiser. I want Destroyer. I want it all.
The thing is, at this point, like,
Do you want
internationally,
Gamera to show
it's
up?
only going to just about double its production budget, which isn't great.
It's not great, but I'm not talking about great because I'm just talking about faith from Toho. That Toho lets the license stay in the West.
Yeah.
Because as long as that happens, eventually studios
Yeah.
will pick it up and make more of them. That's
Yeah.
what I want.
And I think that the film was at least, I think, faithful enough and like
The Japanese loved it.
yeah, and like sort of honored the
Of course
source
they
material.
did.
Like, I think if it was another like Roland Emmerich kind of thing where it bombed like this or disappointed like this financially and was super
And was just-
unfaithful.
Yeah.
They would have gone, no, you can't have this.
But yeah, it is a pity because obviously they do want to triple their production. But find out for the first time that, because I know in most international markets the studio gets 50% of the ticket sales, but in China they only get 25, apparently.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Why is
that's
that?
interesting.
Is that a licensing? thing?
Communism.
Probably
Probably, yeah.
communism.
So
It
that's
is the worst.
That's just an interesting
historically.
thing that sort of factors in, because if you look at something like Godzilla, like it made a ton in China,
Yeah,
but that
of
actually
course.
doesn't mean
Doesn't
that
mean
much
much.
to the
Yeah.
studio because they're only getting 25% of the ticket sales.
Which is why they're always trying to make 500 million plus in China alone.
Yeah, or 1 billion, or 5 billion. I
Or,
think they're always trying
or
to
a
make.
quadrillion.
They're always trying to make
Our
all of
money.
it.
Yeah, they're always trying to make $1 trillion in China.
That's a lot.
They
of
always
dollars.
fall. They always fall.
They always come
Just
short.
a little bit short, just a little bit, but
But they're
yeah.
going for it.
Hey, economics, am I right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Who understands it? Not me.
Not economicists.
Economics is not a science and it never will be.
Just so.
My favorite representation of economics is in South Park, The Fractured Butthole, where it's just a fucking spin your luck game.
So good. So good.
The full numbers aren't in for this past weekend of Endgame, are they?
No, but it's not,
Not
gonna
yet.
make. It's
I
not
think
gonna.
it's gonna
At this point, there's no way.
I think it's the.
Yeah, it needs.
It
It
needs
needs
something like-
another 40 mil.
Yeah, there's just absolutely no way.
It's
Yeah.
Death Rattle got it close though. So.
Yeah, it got pretty close. The
mean,
thing is,
Do you remember that time we hadn't seen Endgame yet?
I remember.
I'm
this
so
thing.
jealous of
I
that.
still got a
us.
photo of
Yeah.
us like standing like outside. Like
yeah.
yeah, we
Yeah,
were so
before.
young.
So full of hope.
So innocent.
We were
such-
beautiful then.
We were.
Well, some of us. I was in the photo, so you guys were.
Well, you're still beautiful, Thomas. Under everything.
Under everything, I suppose.
Yeah,
On the inside, you're beautiful.
Well,
You know
no,
what? I
it's worse
suppose-
on the inside.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
way worse. But
Have you ever heard any of his opinions, Marcus?
like, we're on a podcast together. I'm surprised. Like, I suppose if I changed absolutely everything,
Yeah.
then put on a mask, then I'd be good.
Look, if you just trimmed your beard a little bit.
Well,
We've seen those pictures of handsome Thomas. We know
Yeah.
he exists.
Yeah,
He died in the
he's
fire.
too handsome.
He is
Too,
too
he has to
handsome.
be. He has to be
Be
restrained.
nerfed.
God had to nerf me with this beard.
It's like everyone was just complaining on the forums.
Tom Oakley,
Please
please nerf. It's funny because I'm lonely.
How can you be lonely? You tell pretty people they're ugly all the time. That's basically the game.
Yeah,
That's
which
ba-
I've lost.
You should be
You
rolling
just
in women.
mastered negging too much.
You're just too
too
good at-
strong.
You're like Mr. Burns, where he has every disease in the world, and
they cancel each other out.
they're like they can't fit through the door. That is he mutes.
That's my life.
It's like
That's
that.
my life.
Yeah.
Oh, any of you guys Star Trek people?
Not massively, but
I've seen
I
Star
got.
Trek before. I like the old
I'm,
stuff. It's
I'm
pretty
enough
cool.
of a Star Trek fan to be very off-put by the idea of Quentin Tarantino's
Being R-rated.
Yeah,
Yes.
R-rated Star Trek, which actually looks like it may actually happen.
Like,
He's confirmed that it is going to be R-rated.
No, he said if it happens, it will be R-rated.
Okay.
See, the spirit.
But it looks like it's sort of
That's like saying
in talking about it in the realm of possibility. Yeah?
it's a similar sort of feeling. It's a similar sort of feeling as if I got the news that hey, it's gonna be a Star Wars. It's gonna be R-rated. It's just something that's really against the feel of what I imagine a Star Trek to be.
And a Star Wars like R-rated film, like I'd be off put by, but you could still there's still in the realm of
like
possibility.
If you could have an actual war movie set in the Star Wars universe, and
like
then an R-rating would make
like
sense.
that scene
The
in
scene
Solo.
in Like,
so good.
draw that out to a whole fucking film, and you got Saving Private Ryan Star Wars. Then I could say, okay, an R-rating here would
But
make
but
sense.
Saving
Star
Private
Trek,
Star
there
Wars
is no
is way more whimsy and way more.
And it's
like,
meant to be like perfect utopian society.
Yeah.
Not just that, it's like it's also
Like,
supposed to
they
be
don't
more
have money
cerebral
anymore.
and intellectual.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
And Star Trek is so
it's weird,
utopian.
coming from man who likes feet a lot. You'd think he would really be into that.
What a utopian society.
He could have done more.
All foot fetishists should die. So that's
Yeah.
Even the good ones.
all of them are bad.
The good ones.
Implying they're human. What's next? Anime wasn't a mistake.
Well,
Don't make me laugh, Marcus.
Hey. There exists a furry, which I consider a human being.
You see,
that is true. I mean, but
Sonic Fox.
Who's this?
Sonic Fox.
Sonic Fox?
No, that is a robot. Have you not seen him play games?
I maintain is not actually a human being, but as
Is he
Jason
a-
says, a robot.
Just an advanced AI. Well, I consider him an honorary human being. I'm not begotten against rabbits like you are.
Well,
Goddamn fluffies.
who's got that fluffies taking our jobs, stealing our Mortal Kombats?
Terrible. Because I would have been number one Mortal Kombat fighter if it wasn't for that damn robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would have been top of the pops.
Shake my fist at the sky. Evo main stage, Dion Funhead.
Yeah, but then
Versus
I
a
would,
robot.
but I know the robot's gonna be there and he's gonna beat me, and I just don't think it's worth the effort.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fair.
I mean, why even try?
Yeah,
exactly. Why try if you know you're gonna fail?
God. It's like life.
yeah, that's why I
Well,
never
that took
try.
a very dark turn. We've been the CineBeards.
We have been the
We have
CineBeards,
been.
and all that's playing in my mind now is Fat 4 playing Hurt.
Been swimming in and out.
Get that thing on Sideshow, by the way.
Oh my god, yeah. On
Fat Thor. Fat Thor was on Sideshow.
Well, I don't-
It's so good to finally
God
be
damn it, Thomas.
represented.
I sent them a mail and I said when, and they said coming soon.
Nice.
And then it did.
And then it did. God damn it. See, I'm not fat enough to be Fat Thor, but I'm not fit enough to be any other superhero. Where's my representation? We're just a
Dude.
regularly average human.
You're
Jason,
Bruce
just
Banner.
yeah, just follow my diet.
Yeah.
Just
Bruce
eat like
Banner.
me for a week. You'll be fine. Then you can be.
You
fat
realize
Thor.
I survive on pizzas, right?
You can just be.
Yeah, you
can
need
just be
to.
Bruce
You,
Banner.
no. Here's the thing: like your body is so efficient with digesting pizza, you need to mix it up with like some steak, and
Or like,
and
or like a
ribs.
pizza on top of
I
another
don't eat
pizza.
ribs.
you should eat ribs. You can get good beef ribs. They do exist
Yeah.
at
Obvious.
the smokehouse.
And at
Hickory Shack.
Hickory Shack.
I have actually
Thank you
had
for
the
that
beef ribs
recommendation.
at Hickory
I can't
Shack.
remember
I
if I
know.
thanked you for that recommendation.
For the ribs there.
Yeah, they
They're
were
good, right? The beef ribs are actually legit good there.
Yeah.
But then again, everything at the Hickory Shack is good.
Except the mac and cheese
Oh.
Why would you order mac and cheese there?
as a side.
Why would you order mac and cheese as a side there? Why
Because
would you order
can.
any side there when you can just order more beef?
Because you get the sides and a bun to build the ultimate heart stopper burger.
Damn.
Obviously.
No, you see,
This
with that
is
place,
new tech, man.
I
This is
never
new tech.
ever order sides there. I literally just like order
Just a chunk of meat.
just a
Yeah.
chunk of meat.
Piece of meat,
I
thank
feel
you.
bad ordering anything else. It feels like it's
No,
walking about.
I order the Texas toast because it's like literally sourdough bread just dripping with butter.
Oh god,
It's so good.
Guys, we should go to the Hickory Shack.
we really should.
There's nothing there for Thomas. Only that shitty mac and cheese for Thomas.
No,
It's gonna be just like my birthday!
It's
can
also
have the
gonna
ma-
affect you terribly,
No,
and then you're gonna die.
No, you can have the mashed potatoes and the beans as well.
Ooh, I like mashed potatoes and beans.
The beans have pork in them.
Motherfucker.
Oh shit! I forgot about that. You can have the buttery mashed potatoes and some Texas toast.
That's amazing.
No, you can't pick
I
it.
didn't know.
I hate everything, especially myself.
You can have a plate of coleslaw.
Oh, the slaw is pretty
that's,
good.
That's
The slaw
better
is
than
good.
fucking Hog House,
Yeah.
where I just had the bread platter. Okay.
Which comes with
On
chili
my
on it.
birthday, on my fucking birthday, I had the bread platter. Motherfucker.
Who made you go?
My dad.
This is Dad's favorite place.
Yeah. Well, the setup was.
Your uncle was like, I'm listening to his podcast. He said some motherfucker things. Just take him to the heart.
I really do want to take your dad to the Hickory Shack. though.
Please, because he'll love it.
You'll love it so much.
The setup.
Instead of Thomas.
Yeah.
That's what you said the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Well,
I'll take his dad and I'll take Deal Vault.
Aw, that's my dad's favorite son.
And
I
you take his
say,
uncle
with,
as
I
well.
say with zero irony, knowing full well it is the reality.
Well, I mean, do you blame him?
No, like Jesus. The setup for the Hog House thing was on my birthday. My father said to me, "Oh, like let's go out," and I was like, "Okay, cool. I'd like to go to Plant because it's my birthday, so I'd like to go to a vegan restaurant."
And also, Plant has
It's pronounced
actual good food.
It does.
vegan.
Vegan, excuse me.
Like, I
so
want to go to Plant. I
my
wanna
dad was
try
like,
it out.
"Oh, okay, but I've booked at Hog House," so I was just like, "Okay, I guess we'll go to Hog House, Dad."
And that's the thing. It's like
Thanks for asking.
like go there. It's like
And
I can't have
it's-
any meat, but at least you can get drunk about that.
It's great because my sister is also a vegetarian, so there's like it wasn't even just me alone.
Weren't there like desserts you could have? I would have just had dessert.
There's sorbet,
Twice.
nice sorbet.
They do have a pretty good salted caramel ice cream there.
Okay, that sounds pretty dope. But did you and your sister end up
Theon,
sharing
you
a
would
bread
really
platter?
like
We
Hog
shared
House.
a bread platter on my
Jesus.
birthday.
That is amazing. That's so on brand.
That's
for you.
so Thomas, right?
That's Thomas.
Hey,
We should make a sitcom about your life.
Seinfeld exists.
You're not Jewish.
I could be. No, I'm George.
Well, he also
Wait, does that make
not
me
that
Kramer? Oh god, I don't want to be Kramer.
you're racist.
No, he's-
yeah, you are Kramer. You are Kramer.
Oh, Jesus, I am Kramer.
That makes you Eileen.
Yeah,
Why am I Eileen? Why am I not Jerry Seinfeld?
Because he's Jerry Seinfeld. He's Jewish.
Good point. Okay.
I love you,
We've been
South Park.
We're in the CineBeards.
You're the CineBeards.
No, you
Aren't
want
we
to.
all
You're
the
also a
Cinebeards?
Cinebeard. We're all the
The
Cinebeards.
CineBeards was inside us all along.
The
and you should
Cinebeards were
probably
the
get
friends
that
we made along the
reference.
way.
No, damn you, you motherfucker! I was gonna say the real treasures, the Cinebeards we made along the way. It was close enough.
Mine's better.
Yeah. Okay. Goodbye.
I recommend the Chef Show on Netflix. It's fun.
No.
I recommend you just watch Good Omens
I
several
recommend
times.
Chernobyl.
I
Oh yeah,
recommend.
I started watching Chernobyl.
I recommend
Papa
Death
Skarsgård brings
Stranding.
it.
I recommend
hell
you get
yeah.
an early leak of Death Stranding
Okay.
and play that.
I'll go to
That's what I recommend.
Japan and break into Hideo Kojima's house and just take
No, Thomas, don't give your